Hello and welcome to another Wednesday on the Den. My name is Aaron and I'm coming to you from Manchester in England. So this week on the Den, I don't know what it is, but basically today's Wednesday and it was the US elections. And obviously with something like this, I think I've got an exception to go off topic. Recently in the UK, we went through Brexit. And I think waking up today, I had a lot of the same feelings as I did with when I woke up the following day after the Brexit result. I woke up fully expecting to still be within Europe, and I think a lot of people, at least within my friends and who probably follow the Den, we all expected to wake up with our first female president of the United States of America, and not to have that weirdo dickhead that we do have now. No one expected Trump. Well, obviously quite a lot of people voted for and expected Trump to be president, but I don't think that a lot of us were really prepared for it. Now you might say, oh Aaron, how does it affect you? You're just in the UK, who cares? Well, you need to remember, although I live in the UK, I was born here, I am also an American citizen. I do have a blue passport, and although I don't live there, it doesn't directly affect me right now. It is definitely something that could affect me in the future. One of the things that I've been thinking today is actually, okay, it's probably a good thing that I'm locked into Pizza Hut and being in the UK for the next 6 years of my life, with 4 years doing a degree and then 2 years staying within Pizza Hut afterwards, so that I don't have to pay the degree back and I have no student debt. It's probably a good thing that that's happening, because hopefully by that point America will make sense again. Donald Trump's statement of let's make America great again, I think next time it's going to be let's make America make sense again, because really at the moment it just doesn't. I mean, I said last night as I was going to bed that, I hope that tomorrow will be brighter and that we won't be plunged into the dark ages, and really this is what Donald Trump could do. I've got so many friends in the States, I've got family over there, and I just do not know what to think, what to say. I don't know how to make it better, because at this moment in time there's no way to make it better. Something needs to happen. The problem is that obviously half of the country is saying they want him, and this is the thing with Brexit. Half of the country was saying they wanted to leave Europe, so there's always going to be half the country that is happy and half the country that's not, and that's a huge dilemma. And yes, we could argue, oh well, third-party voters ruined it, and yeah, to a certain extent, probably. We had that with when we first went into coalition. The only way that we could make a government was to have coalition, and it's kind of a shame that Hillary couldn't do that with the third-party people, because at least then, we wouldn't have Trump in power. It's also funny, little coincidence, America is the only country in the world that writes the date as month, day, year. If you follow the date convention of the rest of the world, where you write day, month, and then year, today's 9/11, everyone. 9th of November, 9/11. Does that say anything about today's results and the kind of impact that it could have on the world? Illuminati confirmed. It's sad that one of the worst days of American history is happening on basically the same day as another tragic day in American history, just that the dates are written differently depending on what part of the world you're in. I do class Trump being in power as a tragic part of American history, as I think a lot of people will do currently. Prove me wrong, Trump. You might be an amazing president, you might suddenly make sense and do amazing things, and you might actually not be this complete and utter twat that you have come across as during your entire campaign and entire life thus far. Prove me wrong. That'd be great. Please prove me wrong. That's the thing that I don't understand through all the party debates and everything else and the rallies and God knows whatever else. How are people identifying with this man? How are people thinking, oh yeah, that's what he says, that's great. He says a lot of buzzwords, but nothing that means anything. And, that is just... Make America Great Again is a fantastic slogan, but it doesn't mean anything. And I'm sure a lot of people will agree with me with that. I think one of the other greatest travesties of this entire election process is that now Donald Trump is going to be immortalised as an animatronic in Disney World in the Hall of Presidents. I mean, it's more reason never to go into the Hall of Presidents because it's a ridiculously dreadful show anyway, and you know, once is enough. But you know, I was planning, once they had a new president in there, to go and watch it again, but you know, Donald Trump is in there and he's ruined it. He's practically ruining Disney World for me. What the fuck? It's just, this is going to be a black spot on the map. This part of the map does not exist anymore in my mind because it can't. It just can't. Hopefully, when he's either disgraced or he does something hugely wrong and they have to get rid of him, they decide, right, we're going to take him out of the Hall of Presidents because he should never have been there in the first place, and therefore Disney World will no longer be tainted. That's just my Disney opinion. Probably not the biggest part of the political debate right now, but you know, something to consider. I would love to be proved wrong, but you know, from everything that he has said, everything that he's done, and everything that he seems to stand for, I just don't see how it can happen. I can see that the LGBT rights of my friends, my family, of myself, if I ever move there, are going to be taken away slowly but surely, and we are going to be going backwards and not forwards in terms of LGBT rights within the US. I feel like things like Obamacare will just go out the window because he doesn't believe in it, and he probably also wants anything to do with Obama out. He will debrand everything that has his name on it, and yeah, he might then rebrand it as Trump Care, or God knows whatever else, but I'm sure he'll make a fuck ton of money off of it, whatever. Although it's not nice to think about, you know, things like the Orlando shooting. With Trump's stance on gun laws, I can only see things like that getting worse. People and their constitutional rights need to go and chill the fuck down, because you do not need a gun, and I just can see with Trump, it's just gonna get worse. It really, really is. And it's gonna become the norm. There's so much negativity that I can see, that everyone else can see. I just don't know how the American public have voted in such favour for this crazy individual who is not crazy in a good way. I wish this video was all sunshines and rainbows and lollipops and ice cream, but you know, I had a message from my mum today saying, I don't want you to go to America next year, I don't want you to go to Disney, America's going to be crazy and you're not going to be safe. That's scary. You know, you're putting a man like that in charge of nuclear weapons, of nuclear codes, and one of the biggest superpower countries in the world. And to be fair, the viewers of The Den, you know, you guys are not the people who put him there. And the guys of The Den that are in America, you know, I feel for you an awful lot. Hopefully, it's not going to be that bad. It's the first day of a new world. A lot of shit can change. And all we can do is pray and hope that it's not going to be as bad as we're dreading at the moment. You know, there are things in place that stop the president from making absolutely crazy laws. You know, that's why you have your government structure, so that the House of, is it Representatives? Sorry, I'm getting my names muddled at the moment. Can go, nope, let's cool that down a little bit. Hopefully they will keep him under a little bit more control than he thinks that he's going to have. But ultimately this is a man with a fuck ton of power. That's shit fucking hell, he's in charge. I don't know what I'd do if I was living there. I don't know if I'd then move back to the UK. I don't know if I'd then try and move somewhere else, or if I'd just try and stick it through. Obviously it is not really an option for half of the country to up sticks and leave. All I'd say is, like with Brexit, it takes time to make change. Changes do not happen overnight, and in 2 years' time there will be a midterm election, and hopefully we can make his life very, very difficult. For all of you people out there who didn't vote this last time, definitely vote then. and in 4 years' time, definitely vote then. And if you're a US citizen living abroad, register to vote to make sure that he's never in power again. I've probably rabbited on too much, and not very positively, but oh well. So good luck to everyone. I'm hoping this will not stop me from coming over to America. If anything, hopefully the pound will now be performing better against the dollar. You know, Brexit, Trump being in, hopefully the pound will be better now. God knows what anything will be like. Only time will tell. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day, as best as you can do, and I will see you all next week. Bye bye. See you later.